in the midst of a bustling city, there lived a man named Arun. Every day he would wake up with a determined heart, eager to conquer the world. He believed that with enough effort, he could bend the universe to his will, achieving success, happiness, and fulfillment. Arun worked tirelessly, pushing himself to the limit, convinced that the harder he tried, the more he would gain. But as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, Arun began to feel a deep sense of unease. Despite his relentless efforts, true peace eluded him. His mind was always racing, his heart heavy with the weight of expectations. He found himself constantly striving, forcing outcomes, and yet something essential seemed to be missing. One evening, exhausted from another long day of chasing after success, Arun decided to visit a small, serene temple at the edge of the city. The temple was known for its tranquility, a place where people came to seek solace and clarity. As he sat down on the cool stone steps, he noticed an elderly monk sitting nearby, gazing peacefully at the setting sun. The monk noticed Arun's troubled expression and asked, "What brings you here, my child?" Arun sighed and replied, "I work hard every day, striving to achieve my goals, but the harder I push, the further peace seems to slip away. I feel like I'm constantly fighting against the current, and I'm tired." The monk smiled gently and said, "Let me tell you a story." Imagine a river, the monk began, flowing through a valley. The water does not force its way through the rocks and obstacles in its path. Instead, it flows around them, finding its way with grace and ease. It does not struggle, yet it reaches its destination. Arun listened intently as the monk continued, "In life, we are often like that river. When we stop forcing and start flowing, we align ourselves with the natural rhythms of the universe. True peace, like the river, comes not from pushing against the world, but from flowing with it." The monk then spoke of the Buddha's teachings, explaining how true peace and contentment are found within, not through external achievements or forceful pursuits. He shared the wisdom of non-force, a principle that encourages us to let go, to trust in the natural unfolding of life, and to embrace the present moment with mindfulness and acceptance. Arun was captivated by the monk's words. He realized that in his relentless pursuit of success, he had been fighting against the natural flow of life, causing unnecessary stress and suffering. The monk's story of the river helped him see that peace was not something to be forced, but something to be found within by cultivating a serene mind and a compassionate heart. Before leaving the temple, Arun thanked the monk and promised himself that he would try to live more like the river, flowing with life, not against it. He walked back to the city with a lighter heart, feeling a newfound sense of ease and clarity. From that day forward, Arun began to approach life differently, embracing the wisdom of non-force and discovering the profound peace that had always been within him, just waiting to be uncovered. The concepts of interconnectedness, impermanence, non-attachment, suffering, mindfulness, equanimity, and compassion are profound teachings in Buddhism, each offering valuable insights into how we can live more peacefully and harmoniously. Interconnectedness emphasizes that all things are interdependent, encouraging mindfulness, compassion, and humility. By recognizing our place within the vast web of life, we learn to act with balance and avoid forcing outcomes, which leads to a more harmonious existence. Impermanence Anicca teaches that everything is in a state of constant flux. Understanding this helps us accept change, let go of attachments, and reduce suffering. It also fosters presence, compassion, and a mindful appreciation of life's transient beauty. By embracing impermanence, we align ourselves with life's natural flow and learn to live more fully in the moment. Non-attachment anatta is the idea that there is no permanent, unchanging self. It challenges the belief in a fixed identity and encourages us to let go of ego-driven attachments, which are often the source of suffering. Embracing non-attachment allows us to flow more gracefully with life's changes, freeing ourselves from the cycle of craving and aversion and deepening our compassion for others. Suffering dukkha is central to the Buddhist understanding of life. It includes not only physical pain, but also the mental and emotional dissatisfaction that comes from clinging to impermanent things. Recognizing the reality of suffering motivates us to seek liberation through wisdom and compassion. By accepting impermanence and letting go of craving, we can reduce suffering and cultivate a more peaceful, resilient mind. Mindfulness sati is the practice of being fully present and aware in each moment. It helps us break free from reactive patterns that lead to suffering. mindfulness encourages non-judgmental observation of our experiences, fostering equanimity and deeper insight into the nature of reality. Through mindfulness, we learn to live with greater clarity, compassion, and acceptance. Equanimity upekkha is a state of balance and calmness, allowing us to remain stable amidst life's ups and downs. It involves letting go of attachment to specific outcomes and embracing life with a steady heart. Equanimity fosters a spacious awareness that helps us respond to life's challenges with grace and compassion, leading to a deep sense of peace and freedom. Compassion karuna is the wish for all beings to be free from suffering and the commitment to alleviate it. Compassion arises from empathetic understanding and motivates us to take action to help others. It transforms our hearts and minds, leading to greater inner peace and fulfillment. By embracing these principles: interconnectedness, impermanence, non-attachment, suffering, mindfulness, equanimity, and compassion, we can navigate life with greater ease, wisdom, and compassion. These teachings guide us toward a path of non-force, where we align with the natural flow of life, reduce suffering, and cultivate a profound sense of inner peace and freedom. The practice of compassion and loving kindness, as outlined in the text, plays a central role in personal and societal transformation. Compassion, which is the commitment to alleviate the pain of others, is inherently non-discriminatory. True compassion transcends biases and judgments, extending kindness and understanding to all beings regardless of their background, beliefs, or actions. By doing so, it fosters a sense of interconnectedness and unity with all life. Self-compassion is foundational to this practice. By being kind and understanding toward our own struggles and imperfections, we create a basis for genuine compassion towards others. This internal kindness allows us to approach both ourselves and others with greater empathy and acceptance, laying the groundwork for broader compassionate action. Compassion also has a transformative power, benefiting both the giver and the receiver. When we act with compassion, we cultivate qualities like generosity, patience, and forgiveness within ourselves, leading to greater inner peace and happiness. Moreover, acts of compassion have a ripple effect, inspiring others and contributing to a more compassionate world. In practical terms, cultivating compassion involves developing empathy through practices like loving-kindness meditation, engaging in acts of kindness, practicing forgiveness, and advocating for social justice. These actions align with the principle of non-force, emphasizing a response to suffering with kindness and support rather than trying to control outcomes. This approach deepens our understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings and encourages living with greater wisdom, kindness, and integrity. Loving kindness, or metta, is another key practice, characterized by unconditional love, friendliness, and goodwill towards all beings. It is a central aspect of Buddhism, fostering a sense of connection, empathy, and generosity. Loving kindness involves universal love, extending to all beings without exception, and recognizes the inherent worth and dignity of every sentient being. This practice dissolves barriers of separation and cultivates a sense of unity and interconnectedness with all life. The inner transformation brought about by loving kindness leads to greater peace, happiness, and well-being. By generating feelings of love and kindness towards ourselves and others, we create conditions for greater joy and contentment in our lives. Loving kindness also serves as a powerful antidote to suffering, offering comfort and solace to those in pain and contributing to the healing and well-being of all beings. Generosity of spirit is an expression of loving kindness, creating a ripple effect of positivity that uplifts both the giver and those around them. This practice involves actively wishing well for others through meditation and reflection, generating thoughts and feelings of love, compassion, and goodwill. In practical terms, it involves engaging in loving kindness meditation, performing acts of kindness, speaking kindly, and listening compassionately. The concept of right effort from the Noble Eightfold Path, as taught by the Buddha, is also discussed. Right effort involves the cultivation of wholesome qualities such as mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom, while overcoming negative qualities like greed, hatred, and delusion. It requires a balanced effort, finding the middle way between laziness and striving. This balanced effort helps in cultivating inner peace and freedom without forcing outcomes or grasping for results. Right effort involves persistent practice and non-attachment to results. It requires mindfulness in practice, skillful action, self-reflection, and seeking guidance from wise mentors. This practice aligns with the principle of non-force, emphasizing mindful and skillful effort without trying to control situations. Right effort ultimately leads to greater peace, happiness, and well-being, contributing to profound personal transformation and liberation from suffering. Lastly, right intention, another component of the Noble Eightfold Path, focuses on aligning our intentions with ethical principles. This involves cultivating wholesome intentions that promote spiritual growth and liberation from suffering. Right intention includes renunciation, loving kindness, compassion, and non-ill will. It emphasizes the importance of ethical living, letting go of desires and attachments that lead to suffering, and actively seeking to alleviate the suffering of others. In summary, the practices of compassion, loving kindness, right effort, and right intention are all interconnected and essential for personal and societal transformation. They encourage living with greater empathy, kindness, and wisdom, ultimately contributing to the alleviation of suffering and the creation of a more harmonious and compassionate world. The text emphasizes the importance of cultivating right intention, right action, acceptance, and patience as part of spiritual development and ethical living, rooted in the teachings of Buddhism. These practices form key components of the Noble Eightfold Path, guiding individuals towards inner peace, happiness, and liberation from suffering. Right intention is about cultivating intentions of goodwill, friendliness, and wisdom, even towards those with whom we may have conflicts. It involves aligning our intentions with the understanding of reality's true nature, impermanence, interconnectedness, and the causes of suffering. Practically, this involves reflecting on our motivations, cultivating virtues like honesty and compassion, and letting go of harmful intentions such as greed, hatred, and delusion. By doing so, we align ourselves with the principle of non-force, fostering peace, happiness, and well-being for ourselves and others. Right action refers to the cultivation of wholesome actions that are ethical, non-harming, and promote well-being, harmony, and compassion. It involves refraining from harmful actions, being truthful and honest, respecting others' property, practicing sexual responsibility, and being mindful of our consumption habits. Cultivating right action involves ethical reflection, developing virtues like kindness and generosity, and practicing non-violence. This aligns with the principle of non-force, leading to a life of integrity, compassion, and harmony. Acceptance is a fundamental principle in Buddhism, involving the recognition and embrace of life's realities without resistance or judgment. It includes radical acceptance, fully acknowledging the present moment, letting go of resistance, cultivating equanimity, embracing impermanence, and practicing non-attachment. Acceptance allows us to meet life with openness and peace, letting go of the need to control outcomes. Practically, this involves mindfulness, self-acceptance, practicing gratitude, and letting go of control. Acceptance is key to inner peace, contentment, and freedom, enabling us to live with greater ease and openness. Patience is another virtue highly valued in Buddhism, emphasizing the ability to endure difficulties with equanimity and resilience. It involves staying present with challenges, cultivating resilience, tolerating imperfections, practicing non-reactivity, and developing inner peace. Practicing patience includes cultivating mindfulness, non-attachment to outcomes, and compassion towards oneself and others. Patience is foundational to inner peace and resilience, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and strength. In summary, these practices, right intention, right action, acceptance, and patience, are integral to ethical living and spiritual development. They guide us towards a life of wisdom, compassion, and inner peace, ultimately leading to the alleviation of suffering and the attainment of greater happiness and well-being for ourselves and all beings. Trust in the process is a fundamental aspect of acceptance in Buddhism. It involves having faith in the natural unfolding of life, even when the path seems uncertain or challenging. This trust is deeply connected to the practice of non-force and encompasses several key aspects. 1. Surrendering to uncertainty. Trusting the process means letting go of the need for certainty and control. It involves embracing life's inherent unpredictability and recognizing that everything unfolds in its own time and way. 2. Faith in the Dharma. Trust in the process is rooted in faith in the Buddha's teachings, the Dharma, and confidence in the path to liberation from suffering. This faith encourages trust that mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom will lead to peace, happiness, and freedom. 3. Embracing impermanence, trusting the process, involves accepting the impermanent nature of all things. It requires letting go of attachments to fixed outcomes and seeing every experience, whether pleasant or unpleasant, as an opportunity for growth. 4. Cultivating patience. Trust in the process is closely linked to patience. It involves trusting that difficulties are temporary and that with patience and perseverance, challenges can be navigated with grace and resilience. 5. Finding freedom in surrender. Trusting the process leads to a sense of freedom that comes from surrendering the need to control outcomes. This surrender allows one to live with greater ease, joy, and openness, responding to life with wisdom and compassion. In practical terms, cultivating trust in the process involves mindfulness practice, observing life's flow with curiosity and openness, trusting that everything is unfolding as it should. Letting go of attachment, releasing the need for specific outcomes, and trusting that whatever arises is for our highest good and spiritual growth. Reflecting on impermanence, embracing the transient nature of life, and understanding that change is necessary and natural. Surrendering to the present moment, accepting the present moment with trust, knowing that it provides everything needed for growth. By cultivating trust in the process, individuals align themselves with the principle of non-force, which promotes peace, freedom, and happiness. This practice allows for a deeper connection to life's natural rhythms and encourages living with greater ease, joy, and wisdom. As trust in the process deepens, it creates the conditions for profound transformation and liberation from suffering. Letting go is a central practice in Buddhism, focusing on releasing attachments to outcomes, identities, and desires. This practice involves embracing life's transient nature and surrendering control, leading to profound liberation from the cycles of craving and suffering. And letting go brings freedom, allowing individuals to experience deep peace and joy by living in the present with openness and acceptance. Key aspects of letting go include: 1. Releasing attachments. Letting go means freeing oneself from attachments to both pleasant and unpleasant experiences, accepting things as they are without clinging or aversion. 2. Surrendering control. Recognizing that much of life is beyond our control. Letting go involves trusting in the natural unfolding of events rather than trying to manipulate outcomes. 3. Cultivating detachment. This practice fosters a sense of inner freedom, finding contentment within rather than relying on external conditions for happiness. 4. Embracing impermanence. Letting go is rooted in accepting that all things are impermanent, which helps in releasing attachments and finding peace in change. Practically, cultivating letting go involves mindfulness practice, observing attachments with clarity and letting go with ease. Meditative inquiry, reflecting deeply on attachment and impermanence to gain insight into the nature of reality. Practicing non-attachment, engaging in practices like generosity and forgiveness, which loosen self-centeredness and open the heart to compassion. Developing trust, cultivating faith in life's wisdom and the teachings of the Buddha, surrendering to the process of awakening with confidence. By embracing letting go, one aligns with the principle of non-force, leading to greater freedom, peace, and happiness. This practice allows for living with ease, responding to life with wisdom and compassion, and setting the stage for profound transformation and liberation from suffering. Similarly, gratitude in Buddhism involves appreciating the blessings in life, regardless of circumstances. It is a practice of acknowledging interconnectedness and the abundance that surrounds us. Key aspects of gratitude include: 1. Cultivating appreciation, recognizing and embracing the beauty and wonder of life, from simple joys to profound connections. 2. Countering entitlement, shifting focus from what is lacking to what is present, cultivating a sense of abundance rather than constant striving. 3. Fostering connection, gratitude strengthens bonds with others, acknowledging and appreciating their kindness and support. 4. Transforming perception, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth through the lens of gratitude, finding meaning even in adversity. 5. Cultivating joy, gratitude is closely linked to joy, enhancing well-being by appreciating the goodness in life. In practical terms, cultivating gratitude involves daily reflection, taking time each day to reflect on life's blessings and expressing gratitude. Gratitude journaling, writing down things one is grateful for to foster a habit of appreciation. acts of kindness, engaging in kind acts, expressing gratitude for the opportunity to make a positive impact. Mindful living, being present in daily activities, fully appreciating each moment. Gratitude aligns with non-force by fostering appreciation rather than striving, leading to greater joy and well-being. Both practices, letting go and gratitude, pave the way for profound transformation and liberation from suffering, embodying the essence of Buddha powers.